Seems like you are more tired than me. Just 2 days ago I flew from Brazil. So it was 22 hours of flying time from Brazil to Bangalore with 2 hours layover in Paris Place. So 24 hours was gone. So I arrived in Bangalore, then I just finished a concert last night. Then took a flight, came to Pune, the last flight. Then took a train and came here at about 10 o'clock I arrived. So with all that, if I can say good afternoon better than with your lunch, how much more you can do that? Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Good. You're good students, I guess. Well, as you heard, my name is Benny-Prasad and I come from Bangalore. I'm a very ordinary person and I'm just amazed at how God can transform an ordinary person into an extraordinary personality, and that can happen to anybody. The theme is inspired to do, but inspired to do what? No, you can be inspired to do many things. But that's the first step, is inspired to do. But, inspired to do what and why is the question. And that's what I have been asking myself, this question, when I was just preparing, is what to share with this. I was talking to some people in Qatar recently, and I had this thought in my mind, is inspiration without conviction is mere entertainment. Inspiration without conviction is just mere entertainment. You can do anything you want, but if there is no conviction, it's just nothing but entertainment. I was walking into the lounge of in Atlanta in the airport, and one of the ladies in the counter, she said, "Oh, have you come here to entertain us?" And I told her, "I don't entertain people, but I inspire people." And later on, after 10 minutes, she came and she looked for me and she started to cry and share a few things. And she said that just those few words, what you spoke, really brought a lot of enlightenment into her life. I'm a musician. And I spend about 2,000 to 2,500 hours to practice one piece, 4-minute piece. But I'm not here to entertain people, because entertainment is short-lived. People go and watch a movie. From brokenness, from pain, they'll go and watch a movie. But how much can a movie change a person? If the movie is only about entertainment, it is short-lived. Because you go back to your home, your problems are still there. Your attitude has not changed. Your character has not changed. Whereas if a movie is created for the purpose of transforming a society, then you see that there is a change that happens. And for me, what I am called is to really inspire people for a better life, or for something better than just the normal life. And that is who I am, and that is what I do also. On a yearly basis, I do about 300 concerts, and it's just, I'm just loving it, every bit. It's nothing to do with money. Because it's nothing to do with money, I'm able to enjoy life to the fullest. I have food to eat, a place to sleep. You can have 3-bedroom house, you can have 1-bedroom house, but you can only sleep on one bed. You can't. But why does our society drive towards such kind of a lifestyle where we are not even able to find satisfaction? Last night I wanted to sleep in the plane, but the air hostesses, some of them had been to my concert, so they came up and they said, "Sir, we want to talk to you." So we sat down, I played a song for them, I shared, and I told them, is from being a domestic air hostess, the next step for you is to be an international air hostess. But I told her that if that is the reason, is to make more money, then you have failed the purpose in life. But if you really want to grow and nurture and become better in your profession, that's great. Aim higher. But for what purpose? You want to inspire, but why? And for what purpose is a question that we all should ask. Looking back at my life, my father was an aerospace scientist, and he designed aeroplanes, and being the firstborn in the family, I was expected to become like him. Now, no medical doctor can prove that every firstborn son will have the same brains like the father. But yet, our society automatically expects that. And very soon, I became the scum of my family. I became a black sheep of my family. And everywhere, even in school, I was called worthless and useless. They took me off the school in my 10th standard. In those days, the saying is, no matter how bad you are not totally useless. you can always be used as a bad example. And I was always used as a bad example. Anything goes wrong, you will become like Benny. From there, and I was completely written off. And I was born with asthma. And at the age of 2 till the age of 16, I was on wrong medication. And as a result, 60% of my lungs got damaged. My immune system broke down. And I was completely written off medically, in social life, in family life, in every aspect. And doctors gave me 6 months to live at 16. I had no desire to live even for 6 months. And it was during that time I contemplated to commit suicide. And I was not a religious person or anything as such. I just wanted to kill myself. I didn't want to live anymore. It was during that time I had an encounter with Jesus Christ that changed my life. And today whatever I do is to really inspire people to live for something much more worthwhile and something much more precious than just trying to live for existence sake. And from there, my path changed. And I started to play the guitar when I was 19. From nothing, I picked up broken strings, collected them, put them on the guitar, practiced 7 hours every day, started to study well, scored 90.1%, and I also practiced guitar for 7 hours. So if you really want to make time, you can always make time. But if you don't want to, you'll find 200 reasons why you should not do it. And today with my weak health and whatever I'm doing, it is possible. If I can do it as an ordinary person, it is possible for us to achieve better things and greater things for a greater purpose in life. And my dream was to go to one country in my lifetime. That's all I could dream of. And I thought if I can go to one country in my whole life, that would be a great achievement. But I prayed to God, God, what is your plan for my life? I believe that God's ways and purposes and plans and thoughts for our life is much more greater than what we could ever imagine and achieve. And God's plan for me was to travel to every country by 2010. I said, God, how is that going to be possible with an Indian passport and being a musician? How can I do that? And I said, you be my provider and I will travel. Very simple. Nothing complicated at all. So I made a decision. I will never ask for money, never borrow money, never take a loan and no credit. If you have these 4 principles in life, 90% of your problems are already gone. Right? So I started to live this simple life, and God being my provider till today, never charged for a single concert, and yet never lived in debt. And I'm able to enjoy traveling to all these countries. And you can see my Indian passport. Oh, it's already there. And I'm proud of my Indian passport. I didn't change my citizenship. Many people run away for a better life. No, running away for a better life is not a challenging life. To face challenges and to make a difference is the best thing. And I'm proud to be an Indian because God created me as an Indian. He had a purpose for me. So with an Indian passport, I was able to travel to every country, face the challenges of visa, face deportation. I didn't give a bribe in Russia, so they deported me back. They kept me for 30 hours in the airport and they sent me back. You want to see India transform? Do it clean. We can't just use excuses. The police catches you, they charge you, pay. Pay for what mistakes you have done. Don't go the shortcut way and then blame saying, India will never progress. No. If each individual takes that responsibility of living a clean life, India will be rid of corruption. There's no more room. So each one should take the responsibility. I took the responsibility. I've been sent back from borders because I didn't give a bribe. But I did it clean with the help of God. And this is how my world map looks. I think I can just go and do this. I'm not used to. Yeah, this is my world map. And on 22nd of November 2010, I broke the world record. And I became the fastest man in the history of mankind to travel to every nation in the shortest time. 245 nations in 6 years, 6 months and 22 days, including Antarctica. It took me 69 hours of flying time from India to Antarctica and back. But what is the purpose of going to Antarctica? We are here to talk about inspire to do. But the purpose, my purpose was not just to make it to Antarctica, but to make a difference. So what I did, I went and performed for the scientists there. Of course, it was cold. It gets as cold as minus 60 degrees Celsius. And with 40% lungs, with arthritis, is it worth going to Antarctica? But the question is it worth putting a smile and thanking the scientists for the work they're doing? It is worth. It is worth to risk our life to make others happy. It is blessing to give than to receive. Consider others better than yourself. Do to others what you expect them to do to you. That has been my life in my travel. So I did this. And then these are the scientists there. I was able to perform during their lunch break. And then sat down and took some pictures with them. And it was just wonderful to really bring a difference in them. The best part was when the cook came and said, nobody comes to see us. But you came and performed a song for us, shared your life. Thank you for bringing joy into our life. Now that was much more than thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars or crores of rupees. That can never be replaced with money. And today, whatever you do, have that inspiration to make a difference in the life of a person. I am created so that I can put a smile on another person. I want to be inspired so that I can inspire others. It's not just so that I can build a name for myself. Many people are saying, Benny, why don't you how come the government of India has not awarded you when other countries are awarding? I said, I don't care whether they award me or no. Awards are not going to change my lifestyle. Money is not going to change my lifestyle. My parents, both of them have been loyal to their same company for over 35 years. Whereas today when I talk to young people, how long have you been working? Oh, it's been a long time, Benny, I'm looking for a change. What is long time? 5 years. No loyalty. Today it's all about quick money. No wonder. Look at our moral standards. Come down. So many suicides. In India in 2006, every day 16 students committed suicide. Most of them are from educated backgrounds. I want to challenge parents. Dream the dreams of God for your children, not the dreams of this world. I meet so many people around this world. And when you try to live somebody else's dream, you are not happy. You can reach an achievement. You can make others happy with your life, but you are not happy on your own. And for me, I thank God that He made me a musician. People said, you will not be able to sustain financially. I said, that's not my problem. I want to be happy. Money can never bring happiness to me. But I'm called for this purpose, and I was able to fulfill that. So, this is what I did with Antarctica. But now with purposes like mine is, when you want to inspire people, but how big should it be or how small should it be is the question. Is because after you reach a certain level, then money becomes the target, the crowd, the standard of concerts and other things. But for me, no. An individual is more worth than anything else. You can gain the whole world, but if you have lost your soul, you have lost everything in life. That's what Alexander the Great said. I've almost conquered the world, but when he was going to die, he said, please make sure that my hands and my feet will be outside the coffin so that they will know, the world will know that even though I've almost conquered the whole world, but I'm not able to take anything with me. So why should I store up? I don't understand when people, how do they count money? How do you count 600 crores? When you see the newspapers with scams, I can't understand. How do you count so much? 1 crore itself is too much. Too many zeros there. And why? Because of greed. But if we can make a difference in somebody else's life, I'm really willing to risk my health to make a difference. Because for me, God changed my life at 16. I know the worth from being a shame and curse to being a blessing. And I want to see every individual, their life being transformed. And so, I've done concerts like this. It can be, this is 73,000 people. It's great to sit in front of 73,000 people and do a concert. But at the same time, I've also gone to St. John's, a small little island near Canada, east of Canada. And I was able to put a smile on this little girl. A six-year-old girl brought her guitar. She got inspired watching me play the guitar. For me, both of them are equally important. I don't value this to this one. Recently, I was invited to perform for the Dubai's 40th National Day celebration. It was 3 days. But, they had booked me on a very important day, but I had already committed to go to a kindergarten school, small children, to perform for 10 minutes. And this is a big event. The governor is inviting. I told them, I can't change. You want to inspire people, keep your commitment. Keeping commitment does not matter how much money you get or how big the event is. No, commitment has to be pure and clean to the point. And I had to tell people in Dubai, I have a performance with a kindergarten school. And I have to keep that commitment. They didn't understand how important is this for them. That you are willing to even cancel this big event with so much money. And here they're not paying you any money. Commitment is not based on money at all. And with that you can inspire so many, many, many people. And they had to change the date in Dubai to have me to come and perform there. So, this performance was at the Westminster Chapel in London. I went to perform for the Paralympic Games and the Olympics. And you can have platforms like this. And it's amazing to talk about. The pipe organ was so huge and just nice. And it inspires you to play music well. It inspires you with the acoustics and everything is great. But as a human, it's not only about music and acoustics. But there is humanity out there. There's reality there. How can I build so much wealth when I see poverty there? I want to make a difference. Making a difference is not just about talking. Making a difference is not just about, shedding tears or doing a TV program. No. Go, dirty your hands. Invest your time and make a difference. And for me, for example, this was in Tibet. 4,677 meters above sea level. With 40% lungs, it's very risky. From the airport, I had to travel 12 hours just to spend a night with 100 orphan girls who have been sexually abused between the age of 6 to 16. No heater. And without a heater to perform a guitar is very tough for me. But I was willing to risk my life so that these girls can hear a message of hope. 100 orphan girls. At that altitude, God gave me the strength to do a 1-hour concert and share. I was amazed at their attentivity. Even a 6-year-old girl would not move. She would sit down and listen. I don't know what she understood. But what a joy it was for me to travel so far to make a difference in these little ones. It's not about money. It's not about fame. It is not even about trying to build your bio or your CV. It is about making a difference in an individual. If I can make a difference in one person, that inspiration that's in me makes a difference out there to people. And finally, before I close with a song, and this was in Honduras. I did 5 concerts. I've done maximum 7 concerts in a day. And this was very tiring. Heat was too much. It was 47 degrees Celsius. And my body was really getting tired. And suddenly I got an invitation to this home called the Mary Mundo Home. They have nothing. We have to carry our own sound system to perform. But they asked me, can you come and please perform for these girls? We heard that you have come from India. So I went there and performed, and I was shocked that these girls have been raped by the gangsters. And now through DNA testing, they're able to find out the gangsters. And now the gangsters are trying to kill these girls. These girls are between the age group of 12 to 17. And each one carrying their baby is their own baby. Not for their mistake, but for the crime that happens in the city. And what a joy it is for me as an artist to go and share value into their life. And today we see, same thing with our movie stars, with our artists, our musicians, and other CEOs. We have forgotten that there is a different world out there. Why don't we make a difference there? No, for me as a musician, as a world record holder, it's not just about trying to keep my name. No, it is about making a difference. That inspires me to travel the way I travel. Sometimes I'm in 4 countries in one day. Last year for Easter week, in 1 week I was in 5 continents. What pushes me? Is it easy to sit in 22 hours in a plane? But to make a difference in a human, it really inspires me to travel 22 hours. And that's what I want to encourage each one of you here with these girls. Imagine a 12-year-old girl supposed to sit on the father's lap and enjoy a time. But here she has the responsibility of being a father and a mother at the age of 12 for no fault of hers. But let's make a difference. You inspired to do what? Is to make a difference. I'm going to close with a song. And this song is the song that I played at the Olympics in Greece in 2004. But the question is, why design a guitar? We talk again. I'm asking you the question, why? It's because without that, we just lose our focus and our goal. And here is, at the Olympics, they told me, we just want your performance and nothing of your story. For me, I know from where I came and where I am today. And I have hope for every individual that I see. Because from nothing, God brought me to this spot. And I know that God can do a miracle in anybody's life. Parents, never write off on your children. And here, with this, I pray to God that He will help me to design a guitar the world has never seen. So that that guitar will attract people, athletes, politicians, all kinds of people to come and look at the guitar. And when they ask me questions, when they want to take a photo, I can share my story back to them. There's no excuse why we cannot make a difference in people's life. I'm able to really stand as an Indian, use an Indian passport to make a difference around the world. And I'm proud to be an Indian. In fact, I have my hat, and my hat says, "Thank you, Jesus, I'm an Indian." And I'm really proud of my country. Sometimes I'm not proud of the actions that happen here, but I will never blame for that, because I want to stand as a proud Indian, as a clean Indian, so that when I go outside, my purpose of my travel is to give a difference about my country, to say that we can make a difference out there in the world, in different spheres of the society. So this song is Shout to the Lord, the song which I'm going to play. I hope you enjoy it. It's a different style. Again, I mix Indian classical and jazz together. And this guitar has 2 bongos, and it's the only one in the world with drums inside. So if God can use my life, He can use anybody's life. So no, don't write off anybody in this world.